Sixth graders, before we start reading, look at the bottom of your paper. I'm going to read you the question so you know what you're looking for. Find two pieces of evidence that support the idea that slavery was humiliating. Copy them below. So I read this and I know that as I read, I'm going to be underlining anything that shows that slavery was humiliating. Humiliating means like really embarrassing. Follow along while I read. In a very short time after I moved to Baltimore, my master's youngest son, Richard, died. About 3 years and 6 months after his death, my old master, Captain Anthony, also died. He died while he was on a visit to see his youngest daughter, Lucretia, and Master Andrew. It happened so unexpectedly, it was such a shock, that he left with no will for his belongings. No one knew what to do with his acres and acres of property. Who would inherit his wealth? People gathered and discussed how much his fancy bedpost would be worth. Neighbors battled over kitchen supplies and household furniture. People fought relentlessly over acres of property and land. Mind you, as one of his slaves, I was a part of this wealth. They were to decide how much I was worth and fight over me from there. All of us slaves at the plantation were ranked together. I was but 11 years old. Men and women, old and young, married and single, were ranked with horses, sheep, swine, and pigs and furniture. There were horses and men, pigs and children, all holding the same value and rank after being examined. I remember standing there and hearing the exact amount of dollars that I was worth. It was the same amount that they had just announced minutes before when valuing a dirty old pig in the corner. At this moment, I saw more clearly than ever the brutalizing effects of slavery upon both the slave and the slaveholder. So jot down two pieces of evidence that support the idea that slavery was humiliating. Make sure you write them in complete sentences. And then see if you can do that challenge question at the bottom to see if you can find any other pieces of evidence.